When you came home and told your wife, you know, look, I'm depressed, was she shocked?
No, I don't think she was. I think she probably saw it before I did, to be honest.
Yeah.
She probably saw, you know, she probably saw the changes in behaviour and things like that. But she knew I was taking too much on. She knew I was taking. She'd probably said to me, you know, you're doing too much, or and whatever. And I think she'd probably noticed it before. She'd probably say to you that she noticed it before I actually admitted to it. You know, you're not a moody person at all. I'm pretty much the same all the way through.
Yeah.
But she would notice probably that I was quieter, a bit more thoughtful, or a bit more, you know, distant. So I think she'd probably picked up on it. To be fair, I don't think she was shocked. No, I don't think she was shocked.
Was it a conversation that you had with your children, where you sat them down and said, look, this is what's going on, or was it just?
Yeah, well, Will was with me when I, you know, because we worked together, and you know, I said that day we drove up the lane and I couldn't see for tears to drive the truck, and he said, Dad, you're gonna have to sort yourself out. So he felt it, and I, you know, and he felt, I think he felt bad that he hadn't noticed it before, and I don't know whether you know much about his songs, but he's actually written a song. One of the songs on Lightscape is about my breakdown, if you like, and he felt guilt because he hadn't spotted it and done something about it. And Hannah just sort of you know, I think she'd sensed something but didn't like to say, because like I said, back to 2012, that wasn't talked about so much. But now I think everyone's, which is great, everyone's talking about it, you know, and I'll say to them, are you okay? You know, everything all right? And then if I think she's a bit quiet for 2 days, I say, you are all right, aren't you? You know, if you want to talk to me about anything. So if anything, us, you know, opened up the doors as a family to talk about it and not be ashamed of mental health. There's nothing to be ashamed of. You know, it's probably opened up things up for them, you know, and taught them to be open about it, which is good.
So I think the one thing that people struggle with is you've got a nice house, you know, you're successful and stuff. It's really hard to get into your head, like when people think, oh, what's he got to be depressed about?
Exactly.
Like, look at him, look at his house, look at his family, like, he has nothing to be depressed about.
Yeah, no, I get that as well. But, you know, you're right what you say, because you can have people who've got absolutely nothing. Yeah. You know, like I said, I've got 800-acre farm, I've got a lovely house, I've got a nice car, I've got a beautiful family, everything's great. But that doesn't mean anything. That really doesn't mean anything at all. It can happen to anybody. Yeah. Anybody. I know, I was talking to you obviously earlier about a lad who I met down the lane. He just like suddenly felt suicidal. And he'd got nothing really much in his life, bless him. But because I've been not quite where he was as bad, because he was thinking about taking his own life, and I never did feel that. Never did feel to that point for some reason, whether it's because I'd got the family behind me or whatever. I never did feel that, because I think I would have been feeling I was letting them down even more. So I think that kept me sort of away from that path. But I sat with this young lad. We got nothing in common at all. And we sat down and talked for an hour and a half until help came for him. But if I hadn't gone through what I'd have gone through, then perhaps I couldn't have sat and talked to him and related to him, because like I said, we had nothing in common. So, you know, out of good or bad comes good sometimes. So if there's nothing, you know, nothing else came out of it, I managed to help him, you know.
I think it's really scary that, like, the mind can, like, what the mind can do. And I myself, for the first time, felt suicidal. Like, I've suffered with anxiety and depression for so long, and it's the weirdest thing, because I did have the guilt. I had, you know, a new niece that was coming along. I have, like, an amazing mum and dad. I've got a sister, brother. I've got Jake and his family. And I think the guilt that I felt, that I've got all of this, but why isn't it enough? Like, why can't they fix me? And I did. You know, I actually done a suicide video and, you know, saying sorry to everyone, but literally the pain was too much. And now, looking back then, it's really weird that happened to me, because I can't ever imagine feeling like that again.
No, exactly. And do you feel like it was somebody else?
I feel like it was like an out-of-body experience. I feel like the person every single morning that was just sad, and you know, I'd go to sleep sad and wake up sad, and I felt heavy all the time. And I don't know. I mean, I've put a lot of weight on actually since lockdown, and I feel happier than ever. Like,
Yeah.
that was what reason I mentioned that was one thing I felt pressure on. Like, if I didn't fit into like the size 8 jeans, like I hated myself,
Yeah.
and you know, I felt horrible. But now I feel like because I've gone through that really bad time in my life,
Okay.
I can accept and love myself. And I think I spent so much time hating myself and disliking myself that now I've come out of it, and I'm not completely over it. Like, I do have bad days and stuff, but
Yeah.
the change in me that now I can look at myself and be like, actually, I'm a good person, you know.
Yeah.
And
See, I think there's a lot more pressure on young people
yeah,
like yourself to look great all the time, whereas I used to worry when I was in my 30s what people thought of me.
yeah,
Probably in my 40s. What do they think of me? What do they actually perceive me as? What do they think of Richard driving up Stalham Street? And that used to even worry me what car I drove.
Yeah.
So they, you know, who does he think he is? You know, and people used to say to me, "Oh, you're lucky you got a new discovery," or "You're lucky you got this." And I used to say to them, "Well, that's funny because the harder I work, the luckier I get."
yeah,
You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
you know, we do a lot of hours, we work hard, but I still worried what they thought of me. And then after that point, and I really, it sounds don't mean to sound arrogant, but I don't really care what people think of me.
yeah,
I like people to like me, but if they don't like me, that's fine.
yeah.
I can deal with that. You know, I'm confident in myself that I do everything I can to help people. I like to think I'm nice to people.
Yeah.
And if that's not enough, it's not enough.
Yeah.
You know, and if they like me, they like me. If they don't, they don't. I don't care if I've got a pair of dirty shorts on and a pair of flip-flops that Will's asked me to chuck away for the last 20 years. I really don't care.
Yeah.
Because if you've got to judge me by what flip-flops I've got on, or what shorts I've got on, or what jean shirt you've got on, that means
Yeah.
nothing. The person who you are sitting there and in here is what counts to me now.
Yeah.
So whether you've got £1 or you're a millionaire, I won't speak to you any different. I've got friends who are multi-millionaires, and I've got friends who ain't got 2 brass fathers. Probably some of them aren't too far away from me.
Yeah.
No, but I've got friends who've got nothing, and I treat them exactly the same.
Yeah.
No difference whatsoever. And I think I feel very comfortable in myself now. You know, I don't have to have a fancy haircut. I don't have to do anything like that. I feel confident in
Yeah.
myself, more confident I've felt all my life. And like I said, and I think because I'm nearly 60 now, I don't know how old you are, but you're young, that you will, you know, with God's grace, you will feel like that.
Yeah.
And feel like you don't need to impress anyone, you know. And I've seen things that you do when you've got your makeup on and when you've not got your makeup on. And to me, you look great with your makeup on and you look great without your makeup on, you know. And, you know, because that's just how things are. You know, I see my wife every day. Sometimes she's got makeup on, sometimes she hasn't. I don't love her anymore whether she's got makeup on or whether she hasn't got makeup on. My wife went through breast cancer how many years ago? She had a mastectomy. I don't love her any different when she got 1 boob or 2 boobs.
Yeah.
It makes no difference to me whatsoever. The thing is the person. So, and we've been together since we were 20. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's all great. So it makes no difference, you know, how we dress or what we do. Yes, we like nice clothes, and you know, I might like a Levi top, you know, probably a present from Will or something. Just so I look. But the important things are what we are today.
Yeah.
That's important. Friendship is important.